Just want to thank everybody once again for tuning in to our daily COVID update every Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. City of Newark Facebook Live. You know, today we advertise we have special guests with us every Friday. Today we have Maya Lordo, who is the county's health officer, and the Honorable Joe DiVincenzo, who is our county executive, who has been doing a great job leading the county through this pandemic that nobody expected. I don't care how much school you went to, how many push-ups you did, how many times you went to classes, nothing prepared you for what we're dealing with today. So we are so incredibly grateful to have the leadership of the county that we have during this difficult period. I'm gonna give out the numbers that we have in the city, and then I'll let the county health officer speak, and then go right into Joe D, and we'll get to the questions right after that. So today in Newark, we have, as of this morning, 5,579 positive cases. Yesterday, we reported 5,401. Today we have 423 deaths. Yesterday, we reported 409 in here. We go by zip code, so I'm going to do zip codes. 07102 is 202 cases, 07103, 681, 07104, 1142, 07105, 770, 07106, 629, 07107, 901, 07108, 468, 07112, 479, 07114, 220. Just go by the people who've succumbed to it by those zip codes: 07102, 20, 07103, 75, 07104, 82, 07105, 26, 07106, 56, 07107, 54, 07108, 55, 07112, 41, and 07114, 17. I know some of you have been following that, keeping track of what those numbers look like, and have been asking me to report that, and so we're going to consistently do that so you can see if there's any trend upward or downward in your neighborhood and in your area. So I appreciate everybody who stays engaged for that. I have more, but I want to allow at this opportunity the county health officer to have the opportunity to say a few words about what's going on in the county of Essex from her perspective. So thank you for being with us this morning, Doc.
My Mayor, I am so thankful for having you on, for having me here. Just quickly, as you're reading those numbers, it's making me think about every public health professional that's behind every one of those numbers and sitting there and working, and our local health officers. I just want to first, before I begin anything, I want to say thank you to our health officers, to our health inspectors, to our health educators that are working on the level of the locals and our municipals. We couldn't do this without you, and we are grateful and thankful, and for every public health officials along with our first responders. Here at the county, we are running the test site that we have at Weeklake Park. It's been it's in its 6th week. We're almost rounding out the 3,000 number of individuals being tested. It's been a very eye-opening and sometimes very heartwarming experience as people are holding up thank you signs as they're driving past us at our registration tent. Wow. I've been working with the county to create protocols for staff and also for just our facilities. And as you may have heard, the governor made his announcement regarding certain parks being open and the golf courses. So my new job is to sit and kind of guide the county and making sure that the protocols are done correctly, that we're keeping our staff, we're keeping our citizens safe. And with that being said, a lot of us, there may be a lot of questions, and there's going to be a lot of change in the way things are going to be coming. We need to understand that the change that's happening is because it's going to keep us safe, and it's going to continue to have us open up and create more capacity. So some of the things that may be coming out now as far as the restrictions, we have to understand that the restrictions are there to keep us safe and to advance us. So sometimes those things are questioned, or there may be some questions going on. So with that being said, I just want to encourage everyone going out in public to continue to practice social distancing, which is the 6 feet away from each other. Please, if you do go out in public, please wear a face covering. It's not necessarily that it has to be a mask, but it does have to be something to cover your nose and as well as your face. And one of the things that I want to remind everybody is when you do wear or put on your face mask, wash your hands, right? We don't want to put anything on our face that's with hands that are not clean. And for any child under the age of 2, face covering is not recommended. So we try to discourage that. So I hope everyone just, continues to follow the guidelines that we're getting from CDC and New Jersey Department of Health. And we look forward to continuing and working with all the municipalities. And lastly, I'd like to say, as we open up and we start to see the changes within our environments, I just want to make sure that the municipalities and everyone else around sees the county and the county health department as a resource. And lastly, I just want to thank our county executive for his leadership in this, because without him, we would never be able to be sitting here having a conversation about the opening up of our parks and different facilities. So I just want to thank County Executive DiVincenzo for that. And that is my speech for this far. So thank you, Mayor.
Thank you for being on with us. County Exec, you want to
yes,
say first?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'd like to say a few words. First of all, Maya's been with us approximately about 9 months. But I say this to her all the time. She seems like she's been with us the last 15 years. We're very fortunate to have her because of her expertise. She knows everyone throughout the county, but even throughout the state. So, and she has a lot of knowledge that we're benefiting from. All of us are benefiting from. Mayor Baraka, I want to say to you, I enjoy being your partner, okay, and getting things done. And Newark is very lucky to have you. You work at your job 24/7, and I have nothing but respect for you and what you're doing. You're a people's person. I actually watch your show. And hear you. Yes, I must have nothing to do on my time, but I'm learning. I just want to say a few words. Mayor Baraka, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here with you, and welcome to all those who are joining us remotely. When the coronavirus surfaced in January, we immediately began planning. It was apparent that our lives would be affected, but closing government was never an option. Working with our Board of Freeholders, our constitutional officers, and our county agencies, we have modified office hours, initiated work from home guidelines, and staggered shifts. Despite the numerous obstacles, all of our offices are open and operating. You can visit our website to see the accommodation each of our departments are making. On March 26th, we opened our testing site for Essex County residents in Weequahic Park. Today, we have tested over 3,000 people who are symptomatic and are now opening up sites for all Essex County residents. In addition, we transformed our Cafe in the Park senior lunch program into providing home delivery meals and expanded the number of clients we serve. We also adapted our senior farm market program so fresh produce is available for all home deliveries. I'm so proud to be partnering with Mayor Baraka and the mayors of our 21 other municipalities. The cooperation and coordination between our public health emergency management, law enforcement, and other departments is evidence that when times are tough, we come together as one family here in Essex County. So I'm ready for any questions, Mayor.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Well, listen, this is something that it was happening to us here that nobody ever witnessed before, and
Yep.
we're learning each and every day, and we got to be open-minded.
So our first question is Governor Murphy, Executive Order 128. This is the order that allows residents to ask the landlord to apply security deposits to their rent. It's asking, can we do this in the county, and can we do this in Newark? I would say in Newark, you absolutely can do it. That's what the executive order says. The critical thing is that you have to let your landlord know in writing or email or make sure that they know that that's exactly what you want to do for that.
First of all, listen, it's not only for Newark, it's for Essex County. This was an executive order that the governor did, and if the landlord doesn't abide, the residents can call 211 or 800 NJ House and ask to speak to a housing counselor, or they could call us directly at my office, 973-621-4405.
Right. And we have the Office of Rent Control here in the city of Newark, as well as we have the Office of Tenant Legal Services. You should reach out to them as well. Anything that has to do with rent and people trying to evict you or anything of that nature, you should be able to call that number. This one says, my mother lives in a senior. You want to add something else?
Yeah. I want to, one of the things that we did early on when this broke out, in reference to evictions, foreclosures, for sales, that's all on stall. We put that off in reference to that until we get through this period of time. So people should feel very comfortable, especially if find it tough to pay their rent or stuff like that. This landlords cannot kick them out of their apartment.
Right, right. I got a question like that earlier on my Instagram. They said, my landlord is threatening to evict me. I said, well, they can't evict you right now because the law doesn't allow them to. So the other one is about senior homes, is saying that, my grandmother lives in a senior home. She can't get in and out of her bed by herself. Just wants to know how they can be of assistance since they can't get in the place. They've been restricted. They have been restricted from this in the city from going in and out of there because our seniors are more susceptible. The outcome for them in coronavirus is more lethal than it is for everybody else. So I would say call, stay in touch. Just because you can't go in there doesn't mean you can't be in contact. You should call as much as you can. You should call management. You should call her constantly and check on them and make sure everything is okay and make sure the management is doing it right. I would also say that the city has a task force that goes out to these senior centers and long-term healthcare facilities every day to check on the situation there. If you think something is going on that shouldn't be, you should reach out to us immediately. We have a task force that goes out there. That's also connected with our health department that goes out as well to check on our seniors and the conditions on these buildings. And we do that every day. And we have a running phone call once a week with the owners of these buildings as well. So you should reach out to us, but I would say stay in touch with your family members while they're inside of there. Any one of you guys could add if you like.
The other thing is, listen, this is a serious problem in the state of New Jersey. It's a serious problem in Essex County, and we know in Newark, these senior homes. Maya, do you want to say anything in reference to this?
I actually commend the mayor and their health department for the way they've been handling this. I've been in contact with them. We have our facilities in Newark. Not only are they responsive, but following up with creating the task force. Communication right now is really the key, right? Because we're not seeing each other. So creating ways to be able to communicate with our families and especially our elderly community is so important for us. And I know that we do have out from the county perspective, we have our senior services reaching out as well and providing meals if need be. So I think the communication piece is so important. I commend you, Mayor, on that task force.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I mean, we trying to do what we can. There's a question about the stimulus check, and some people are getting $600 extra. They want to know if they receive this money, is that going to go on their income to increase their rent if they're in subsidized housing? So the stimulus check, I know, is not counted as income, and neither is the additional dollars that you get for the unemployment is not counted as income. So if somebody's saying that's counted as income, they're not correct. So you should again contact us if you think that's happening.
Yeah, no question.
This is a question, I guess, is for you, Maya. It says, how can I become a contact tracer?
So you know what, when that first came out, I was like, that's pretty cool name. I was really impressed with it, right? Like contact tracer. So I did some research. There's really not that much guidance currently. You can go on the CDC website. They do have some videos. They have some tutorials about doing contact tracing. I think there's some more guidance that we're waiting for that's coming out, especially from NJDOH. I'm not sure if there's funding behind it. I'm hoping that there is, for us, but, there's some tutorials about how to do the contact tracing. I'm going to keep following up on it. And as soon as I find out anything, then, I'll make sure that anyone that I'm in contact finds out about it. But the reason this is coming into play is because what's happening is we're doing more testing. And if we do more testing, we have to make sure that we're able to follow those positives. So it's a disease investigator, and the more testing we do, the more we will need that. So those contact tracers are going to be in need. So the qualifications of anyone, anyone who's used to making some phone calls, putting things together, but also understanding that if you do become a contact tracer, it's really important to understand the human aspect of it. And you will be dealing with individuals who may be scared, afraid, and having some compassion and empathy might go a long way as well.
Maya,
Yes.
they're talking about doing the former mayor Bloomberg with these contactors. They're going to do this program in New York. This is something that you should look at.
Yep.
Go ahead, Mayor.
Yeah, there's also New Jersey, and I think they're asking about it because in Newark we had a process of training like over 200 people. I think you have to contact COVID tracing at newarknewjersey.gov, newark.gov. We're training over 200 people, but these are like folks from the schools and people that are already in the city. But if you have some qualifications, I would just tell you to reach out to us at COVID training at newarknj.gov, and we can help you out if it's necessary. But we're training because we're getting ready to start, as you know, County Executive, that we're getting ready to start some of our testing expansion here in the city of Newark, mostly in the senior homes, long-term healthcare facilities, and we're opening up something with the support of the county executive in Branchwood Park as well for the Central and the North Ward. So we need more contact tracers for that. Disease investigators.
Yeah.
I like that. I like contact tracers. That's like has like a superhero kind of to it. I like it.
That's what people are saying. Yeah, and people want to know how to apply for food relief. I know you guys did it in the county. We are doing it in terms of we pass out these cards. We give out a number. And then the Salvation Army is also giving out food at 973-792-8682, 792-8682, Salvation Army. But we're doing food, and I know you guys already did a huge food operation, right?
Yes, we did one on April 28th. We did it in Branchbrook Park there. We gave over 2,000 boxes of food, which in each box contains 40 meals. One of the other things that we're doing, Mayor, right now, which we're working on it, we're looking to put together a program where we do food for the next 10 weeks, probably on Thursdays. We're not sure yet, but we're looking to do it on every Thursday for 10 weeks, because to see the amount of people that came, the people that we had to turn off that we didn't have food for,
Right.
People are hurting now. They talk about 30 million people being laid off and stuff. In our urban center, the percentage has got to be even higher than what it usually is, 15 to 20% minimum. And people need help, whether it's in Newark or whether it's throughout our other towns in the county, because there's people there for the first time. People live check to check, and you stop that check from coming in, they're going to need help, and we got to be there for them.
Yep, we are still giving out meals in Newark, so reach out to us as well. And the Salvation Army is still doing it too. This is a question about the parks. How will social distancing be enforced once the parks open up? And they open up tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, 8 o'clock. We are going to have a sheriff's officer there, and we'll also have a park ranger. We want to, not that they're going to do anything. We want to make sure if people are not following the rules and regulations, because people don't know, they should know, is that this disease, we're only at halftime here, all right? And we have a major problem in Newark, okay, where people are dying. Over 400 people have died in Newark, and I don't want to lose anybody else. So there's going to be certain things that we require as far as social distancing. And besides that, we're highly recommending the face covering. All right. Now, gloves, of course, if they have gloves, that would be great. But this is just for passive recreation. The playgrounds will not be open. The tennis courts will not be open. The basketball courts will not be open. We just want people to go in the parks and be able to enjoy it. We're just not opening weekly. We're open every park throughout Essex County. People have been dying for this. This is going to be beautiful weather this weekend. Listen, they've been helpful. The reason our numbers are going down somewhat because people are working together. But tomorrow, the governor's going to be looking at this. I know Mayor Baraka is going to be looking at this because he has concerns, because he knows what's going on in Newark, and he wants to make sure that the people do the right thing. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't do the right thing, and we see that it's a problem, we'll just close down the parks, all right? Because their health is first. So I am with you 150%. I would love to see the people just do what they have to do. Do the right thing. Let's don't get anybody else affected.
Right. They asked me about Monday. That has nothing to do with our social distance, but without us Be Still Mondays. Don't confuse them.
Yep.
Does that mean, can I still come outside on Monday? No, it doesn't have anything to do with that. And, the city, the local small pocket parks, city parks, the basketball courts, the baseball fields, those are still closed. So I saw something on the internet this morning that is calling people together for 7-on-7 flag football games at Nat Turner Park. Like telling people to come have this 7-on-7. That's not going to be allowed. We're not going to let you do that. It does not mean everything is open. So that's not going to happen. Nat Turner Park across from Central High School. So we are not going to allow that to go on. It says that if I didn't receive my mail-in ballot, county exec, for upcoming school board election, what should I do?
Immediately call up or the county clerk's office, or text him, email him at www.essexclerk.com. But don't wait on that, all right? Because elections is very soon, and this is the first time that the state is doing something like this, where it's an all mail-in thing. And I know we're going to have some problems, but if you didn't get your ballot, make sure you call our clerk's office immediately.
And this is another landlord question. It says, what are the penalties if the landlord take it to their own hands and lock you out with their own padlock and all this other kind of stuff? What can be done?
We'll come to our office. Right. We'll take care of that.
Yeah.
We'll send Anthony Ambrose there. Sheriff Fontoura there.
Definitely. You get back in, but the courts are still open. They're doing the teller things as well. You can make the landlord have an order to show cause, the judge, and make you get back in there. And contact us at the city. We still have the Office of Legal Tenant Services. Kabira Myers there. Our lawyer does an awesome and incredible job. I'm sure if anybody can make sure that you get back in there, she can. You heard what the county exec said. We're going to send Anthony Ambrose out there. It says, I'm out of work and I've been denied unemployment. What do I do? The first thing I would say is that you may be eligible for the pandemic unemployment assistance. If you were denied unemployment, that doesn't mean you won't get it. You should apply for pandemic unemployment. It's been extended based on that. And if you go to myunemployment.nj.gov/labor, that's myunemployment.nj.gov/labor, you can get more information for that for sure. So you should make sure you do that and don't give up. You want to add anything?
No, that's basically it. You've got it all.
Yeah. It says, if the state of New Jersey opens back up in June, how will we still keep people safe if they're getting sick and are allowed to be outside. What do you think about that?
Well, what I think about it is, listen, we got to take this day by day. You know, they have all these models that they're looking at to seeing what's going on day to day, hour by hour, minute by minute, and that's something that needs to be looked at from now until, if the decision is to open in June. I don't believe that we're ready to open. I believe, especially in this county, we have some serious problems, and I think it's going to take some time. But I haven't heard of a commitment yet that he wants it open up by June. But I want to make sure that curve is all the way down. It's actually flattened because of what's going on here. Listen, I had the virus. I know what it's done to me, and I know what it's done to the 1,200 people right here in Essex County, and the 423 that lost their lives, and the 14,000 people in the state of New Jersey. It's something I think about each and every night. I mean, I think about their family members. I think about them, and we just have to have those people in our thoughts, because to me, they're our angels.
Right. We're glad that you're healthy and strong and with us still, brother. That's for sure. There's so many people who have succumbed to this thing. It is devastating, and it's getting closer and closer in terms of the people we know who are, in fact, we've lost a couple of police officers now, folks in the city government, people that are in our families. So it is getting very, very close to home. And just because the state has an overall plan to open up doesn't mean that in the cities and the county that we're going to rush to anything like that. I know in Newark we are standing up a committee made up of businesses, local folks, community leaders, educators, to kind of advise us on a smart way, doctors, of how to open up, what to open up, and what to do. If they say open up a restaurant, what does that look like for Newark? If they say open up the supermarket, open up businesses, what does that look like for the city of Newark? So we need advice on this. We're just not going to allow everybody to just run up in the building, arbitrarily and get extra spikes or a second wave. We want to have some real leadership and direction on how we are allowing people to return back to work and business. So we're not just going to jump out and open up.
The other thing, Mayor, we with the county, of course, would like to participate. I know Maya, she will be available, because that's just as important. And whatever Newark does, Essex County is going to do. We're going to do it together.
Yes, Mayor, I would love to be part of that, to sit on, to listen and to assist in any way that I can.
That's done. We're going to put you right on it. That's exactly right. We need that. And I was listening to people internationally and nationally on the U.S. Conference of Mayors call, and they were talking about, and I keep saying it on my Facebook Live, 2-week interval periods. Like they open up certain industries for 2 weeks, and they wait 2 weeks before they open up anything else, just to see what the cases look like in between that period. And I think that's just smart and something along those lines, so we just don't have like a jump in cases and not have time to backtrack, right? So.
Well, Mayor, this is one of the things I think what the governor's doing is opening up the parks and the golf course. He's using that to see how the people of this county, the people of the state of New Jersey and Newark, are going to cooperate with the rules.
Right.
And it's going to be something that we look at, and we're going to be able to measure it. So that's why I'm asking everyone, let's do the right thing for everyone.
This question here, I got 2 more questions. This one is, where can I get tested? This is a difficult one. If I don't have symptoms, right? There's a lot of people, and we know what the policy is on that. But if you want to add, you want to say anything, I'll talk after you.
Maya?
So with that, I know that there was some mention of it coming. We just have to keep our ears open. But the one thing we do need to understand is that from the governor's perspective, we are trying to expand this testing. So I wouldn't be surprised if something came out, sooner than later to give us a directive. Currently, the directive is just symptomatic. But you know what? If you're vulnerable, if you're in the vulnerable population, if you've maybe been in contact with somebody who has been a confirmed case, or you're experiencing symptoms that you may not be sure. I think the best thing to do, call your doctor, let's find a testing site, and maybe you can try to get yourself in. But those are the things that we really need to see. We're trying to expand the capacity. And that's one of the things we're also, trying to understand is, where is this disease? Why is the governor expanding this testing? That's because it's going to allow us to see how many individuals are infected. And the other thing that we're looking at is the individuals who are asymptomatic and are maybe shedding this virus without anyone knowing. So those are some of the things that we're looking towards, and as far as testing.
Right. So the last question is Newark is in a lot of places, the county is an incredibly diverse county, and Newark is predominantly Black and Latino. And do you see that this is affecting these communities differently than it's affecting other people?
The numbers are showing it. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. We got to level the playing field, and Newark is a place where we should start.
So
Yeah.
From public health, we follow the data.
I mean, it's just that the percentages are very high, and there's something that's wrong. There's something that's missing, but something needs to be done from the state level down, okay, to making sure that everyone is treated fairly, everybody has the same health care and being helped early on.
Yeah. I mean, they are, there's a lot of discussion about that now, and then there are a lot of conspiracy theories in the city. People on the internet talking about 5G. Do you know scientifically, is there any relationship between 5G and the coronavirus?
From a public health perspective, I am not aware of that link, but so I'm gonna say I'm gonna no comment on that and have no knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, just because it's important, because these folks are making these claims, and they believe that they can't in fact get the virus, or that it's not real. Not just the point is really just to make people understand that this is in fact real. That is, it is very real, and that people are actually getting sick and are actually dying.
I mean, the numbers just show it for itself and what's happening here. I mean, listen, the number of people that have died in this country, over 60, I think it's 65,000 at this particular time. And the president thought it was going to be under 60, and
Right.
the numbers still growing. We have some serious problems here. That's why I try to say here in Essex County, we're at halftime. This is the halftime. There's a lot more that could be happening to us. We don't want to go back to where we got to close everything again. That's why everything we do, we should take our time and do it right.
Right. Now, I told them that the Surgeon General on our other call, when we do the other Facebook Live, I had a call with U.S. Conference of Mayors, and the Surgeon General was on, and he said that the predictions early on, the models were wrong, because they underestimated the amount of social distancing that the Americans would actually do, that they would actually fall in line and listen to this thing.
Right.
The way they actually did. They assumed everybody would just be, we going outside, I don't care. And that, in fact, did not happen. And majority of Americans did listen. And those numbers did decrease because of that. And it's important for folks to know that the social distancing does work. Because people begin to, especially when we report these numbers every day, it just seems so grim and bleak. They start to lose confidence and faith that staying in the house is doing anything for them. And you just have to reassure them that, nationally they predicted twice as many people dying from this disease and getting sick. They have not, because we in fact have social distance.
And listen, that's why tomorrow, Mason, everybody that utilizes our parks and our golf courses, to continue that social distance, and making sure also that they wear face covering. All right, and like I also said on another show that people had gloves, wear gloves. Let's take this thing very, very seriously and do what we're doing. The
Yep.
people of New Jersey has been responding, and we got to continue to respond.
All right, folks. I want to thank y'all for coming out and talking to Newark residents. We appreciate you. Appreciate your work and your leadership. You know, I usually close with a couple of shout outs and a poem. You don't have to hang around for that, but if you want to, you'd be glad to keep you here. You know, I have to do what I can to get my residents engaged and excited about what's going on in this very, very difficult time period. I just want to shout out Mariana Matos, 85. Appreciate your support. Fez the Cap, Street Doctor giving out masks and gloves on the bus. Appreciate that. And the employees that always are supportive on social media, Sakina Hoyt, Natasha Rogers, Weber, Angela Williams, and Black Laws. We appreciate you. And Yana, reported value zone on Springfield Avenue, price gouging. We're gonna send the folks over there to Springfield Avenue value zone. Hockey Move Fitness, appreciate you. ETA 1987. Developers are us. Ari, always appreciate your love, my brother. Erica Streeter Adams, we need all the help we can get. And Tony, one-on-one, he reported the number 1 bus at 10:05 a.m. had too many people on it. ID number 6331.
That's great. That's great.
Get them people off that bus. And Sabor Unido, good cooking, how to provide people good meals. And just want to shout out students asked me to shout them out. They accepted their colleges. Rakia Lee, Lincoln University. Ayanna Jones got accepted to Delaware State. Jalen DeBerry, Coppin University. Kamari Williams, the Rutgers. Ronell Gary King, Zaire Williams, the Rowan University. Tosin Adebayo, Bucknell University. Camille Dawkins, Holy Cross. Nasia Branch, Morehouse. Okay. Zaira White, King University. Zay Braswell, Shaw University. Ajane Smith, Rutgers University. Amber Burgess, Felician, Vashu Patel, NJIT. Ahmad Oyadarian, Fairleigh Dickinson, James Normil, Caldwell University. Driana Starks, King. Kalimantan, Hatcher, King. Liliana Roebuck, Delaware State. And Justinian Rosario, Montclair State. And Niaja Ashford going to my alma mater, Howard University. Shanice Blooms, Bloomfield College. Alex Westbrook, Virginia Union. Tahira Lynch, Essex County. Tawan Huntley, New England College. Emmanuel Erwia, Rutgers University. Kelvin Boyake, Rutgers University. So we appreciate y'all. Keep pushing. Glad you got accepted to those colleges and universities. If you want your kid to get a shout out, I'll do it. I appreciate you sending that information to me. Good luck to you young people. I have to end with this poem called Opportunity. It says, with doubt and dismay, you are smitten. You think there's no chance for you, son. While the best books haven't been written, the best race hasn't been run. The best score hasn't been made yet. The best song hasn't been sung. The best tune hasn't been played yet. Cheer up, for the world is young. No chance, while the world is just eager for things that you ought to create. Its store of true wealth is still meager. Its needs are incessant and great. It yearns for more power and beauty, more laughter and love and romance, more loyalty, labor, and duty. No chance, while there's nothing but chance. For the best verse hasn't been rhymed yet. The best house hasn't been planned. The highest peak hasn't been climbed yet. The mightiest rivers aren't spanned. Don't worry and fret, faint-hearted. The chances have just begun. For the best jobs haven't been started. The best work hasn't been done. God bless y'all. Godspeed. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, County Executive. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, thank you, and thank you for your leadership.